Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. Just wanted to cover something. It's gonna kind of come out of left field, I think. It kind of goes against a lot of things that I talk about on this channel, but it's something that I've wanted to talk about for a while, and I'm excited to get into it. So today I'm gonna share, some of the reasons why privacy can actually be an inconvenience and why it's not always the worst thing that the tools you're using are tracking you or collecting your information. I just want to give an alternative perspective, just kind of, give you something to think about when considering the tools you use on the internet. And I hope you enjoy it. So if you'd subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. I like this video. I'm trying to grow my channel, and just one subscriber helps me get closer to my goal. So go ahead and do that. I'd really appreciate it. So why privacy isn't the end-all be-all thing that many privacy advocates and other people kind of in this space make it out to be. And the first and most obvious reason is convenience. Many of the tools that people use online every day are extremely convenient, and the reason that they are so user-friendly and convenient is because of the data and information they collect from you. So think about Facebook. Your news feed on Facebook is very specifically curated based on what you've done in the past, based on what you've engaged with, what you've clicked on, and your opinions and what you've expressed on Facebook in the past. If Facebook were incredibly privacy friendly and didn't track anything about what you did on the platform, it wouldn't be able to make those recommendations, one, as easily, and two, as effectively. There are privacy-friendly ways that Facebook and other tools can still serve you relevant content and information, but it's just not going to be as specifically tailored to you, and it's probably not going to be as convenient and user-friendly. And then next up, think about Google. Google is clearly the most used search engine in the world. Clearly, its users interact with Google multiple times a day. So Google is always collecting information about what you're doing when you're on Google and using other Google connected services. And this amount of data is one of the reasons that Google is so concerning to privacy advocates like me and others around the internet. To be completely transparent, I do use Google sometimes. And I think unless you're super concerned about, something that you're looking for or some sort of information that you don't want to put into Google, using Google isn't the worst thing. And here's why. So there's the privacy and convenience aspect, kind of the argument there, but then on the other side, there's the kind of the ability for you to still blend in and remain anonymous, even though you might not be as private or your information may not be as secure as you'd like it to be. So if you use Google and somebody's able to hack into Google, think of all the people using Google every day and all the information Google's collecting. So if I use Google 100 times a day and search for things 100 times a day, and I watch 10 YouTube videos a day, and Google collects my location history 24 hours a day from my phone and all this stuff, think about the billions of customers that Google has and the information they're collecting from all these people. So that's all their Gmail messages, all their search terms on Google, all their docs in Google Docs, all their photos stored in Google Photos. If someone were to hack into Google's information or their database, they'd have to sort through literally trillions of pieces of information to find information about me. And I think this is something that really lets people just be more comfortable with using Google and other less privacy friendly tools is they know that the service may be tracking them and that employees at Google could see what they're doing and all this stuff. But there's just the idea that, well, millions of other people are doing the same thing. So what's so special about my boring search history, or like what's so exciting about my Gmail messages? And I think that's a valid point. If you're using Facebook and Google, those platforms are collecting information about millions of people. So the odds of them maliciously targeting you are incredibly low. While they still could do that, the odds of them selecting me or you to do that to are just, I don't see that happening at all. If someone hacks into their database, Google's ginormous database, or their servers or whatever, unless they know me, and I don't think any of my friends are smart enough to hack into Google, I don't think I have anything to worry about because, I may have information in my Gmail account, but they're going to be going through that information for millions of other people. And, I might get a lot of pushback from people who take their privacy seriously on this video because they're saying, well, you're diminishing the importance of privacy. Well, I still think privacy is important, and I still think it's good that there's tools like DuckDuckGo and Signal Messenger and all these other companies that are taking privacy seriously. I think there need to be private options out there. But at the end of the day, I think it's important to not be looking at all the millions of people using Google and saying, you guys are idiots, because clearly they're not. And clearly it's not the end of the world. They're not losing their personal freedoms. They're not, getting their information stolen on a regular basis. They may be contributing to Google being the most powerful company in the world, or Facebook becoming incredibly powerful and more influential every day, but it's not directly affecting them. So it's hard to argue that people need to make changes in how they live their lives on the internet if, even as Google and Facebook continue to grow, the things that privacy advocates are warning about, people are going to hack into your computers and watch you through your webcam, or people are going to hack into your network and access your private files. If that's not happening to people on a regular basis, it doesn't make sense to push that as the main reason privacy is important. Privacy is important because of the size that these companies like Google and Facebook and Amazon are achieving and the power that they're developing, but it's not about, oh, well, Google is going to hack into your house. That's just not realistic. So those are just two reasons why privacy isn't the most important thing in the world. And then the reason that it does matter still is because of these big corporations collecting all of our data and using that to influence us and to, influence us into spending our money different ways. That's why I think it's important. So let me know in the comments. Go ahead and roast me if you think that, I'm doing a disservice by diminishing the value of privacy, but that's just my opinion. And thank you for listening to it. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you watching my videos. So thanks for watching.